Why not stand up and actually take this moment and be the most accessible energy company in the world? Why not?
We assume that when we see somebody who kind of looks normal, that they don't have a disability.
I just want people to be a little less judgmental.
Things always start with leadership.
I am a person with a disability. The word person comes first.
One day we were just on the beach, myself and my son, and we were body surfing. This large wave picked me up and slammed me neck down onto the seafloor. I was paralyzed neck downwards. I then spent almost a year in rehab before I was eventually able to walk again.
I really wasn't expecting to be diagnosed with moderate severe hearing loss at 28. That's a real challenge.
I'm diagnosed with what's called the autism spectrum disorder. I tend to look at the world in a much more different perspective. And I have to face the feeling of needing to be accepted.
I was 17 years old and everything was stripped away from me. I woke up on October 18, 2006, and I noticed I couldn't see a sticker on a closet door. And then I started to lose vision over the course of 4 months.
Some of my disabilities are visible and some not so visible. My walking is awkward. I have no fine control in my hands, and that makes doing some of the daily tasks really difficult. I have this tight belt sensation, which it feels like someone is continuously squeezing around your chest. It's a permanent pain that you have that you just have to learn to live with.
It was tough. Everything was slowly starting to disappear. If you took a picture of what you're looking at and you just cut out a black hole, 75% of the middle, I can't see it. If I want to see something, I kind of look to the right or to the left of it, and then I can see it out of my periphery.
Tucker Dupre from the United States.
Swimming just kind of kept me sane. It's very cathartic, right? But also, it showed me what you could do with the disability.
It does affect me. Society at large, they still tend to see autism or dyslexia. They don't tend to view it very well.
The first day of my return to work, I was going to take a taxi, and none of the black cabs in London would stop for me. Eventually, one stopped. I'd walk towards him, and he'd inch forward. I'd walk towards him, and he'd inch forward. And eventually, he stopped and let me in. And he said, "I thought you were drunk." Well, no, I've just had this injury, and I was walking awkwardly.
When I fly, a lot of flight attendants will come up to me and talk to me louder or slower, and they're like, "Well, we looked at the log, and you don't look blind," or "Do you know where the exit?" And it's like they start yelling at me. People want to help, and it's the fact that they don't know how.
You can be sat around with a group of your friends, someone makes a joke and everyone laughs. You don't quite hear what's being said. And so you go, "Oh, what was that? What was that?" And somebody just goes, "Oh, it doesn't matter," or "I'll tell you later." That can be incredibly excluding.
I think outside of the workplace, a lot of times I do feel upset, break down when they treat me as socially awkward, because I feel like I failed to fit in with them.
Are we doing enough to make people with disabilities comfortable, able to speak up, able to raise their concerns?
Working at BPA, I find it the most disability-friendly workplace so far that I have ever worked in, but they will need to push more on awareness.
People may be uncomfortable to talk about their disabilities. It can be seen as weakness. You don't want to show your vulnerability. You're not sure of the response that you'll get.
I've had, some people say like, "What are you looking at?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like I have vision loss. I have to see out of my peripheral vision," which normally changes the mood of the conversation. We have to talk about it. I can't expect other people to just understand that I can't see. I'm very open, and not everyone is that way.
People can be open, but I don't think the burden of that should fall on people with disabilities. To additionally put the burden on people with disabilities to invite that conversation, that's really hard. One of the most challenging things about having a disability is there's a continual realization that the world isn't built for you.
You look at the best companies and the people writing the accessibility programs in their technology have disabilities. It's not the sighted calling the shot for the blind. It's not people without disabilities trying to accommodate people with disabilities. No, bring people in. And let's start today.